Imagine a single man who, with nothing but a vision and an army, changed the very face of the world. Genghis Khan, born as Temujin, was not just a conqueror, he was a force of nature. From humble beginnings, he united the fierce Mongol tribes and forged an empire that would become the largest contiguous land empire in history. But his brilliance didn't stop at the battlefield. His groundbreaking military strategies, paired with visionary tactics, didn't just expand his territory, they connected distant cultures, reshaping trade, communication, and governance in ways that still echo today. Ready to uncover the untold story of Genghis Khan and the Mongol conquests? Join us on a thrilling journey through history that will leave you astonished by the profound legacy of one of the world's most revolutionary leaders. Picture a young boy, abandoned and alone in the unforgiving wilderness of the Mongolian steppes, a boy who would rise from the ashes of hardship to become one of the greatest leaders the world has ever known. Genghis Khan, born Temujin, faced a childhood filled with unimaginable struggles. Orphaned at a tender age, survival was his only lesson, and it forged in him an unbreakable resilience and sharp resourcefulness. But it wasn't just the brutal landscape that shaped him. His mother's unyielding strength and the constant tribal battles surrounding him sparked a fire within Temujin to lead with unity and loyalty. Betrayal, alliances, and the raw politics of his world became the crucible where his leadership style was born. Every challenge he faced, every triumph and defeat, prepared him for a destiny far beyond his wildest dreams, one that would see him unite the Mongol tribes and forever change history. Imagine trying to unite a fractured world where every tribe has its own identity, customs, and deep-seated rivalries. For Genghis Khan, this was the monumental challenge he faced. As he set out to unite the Mongol tribes, each group fought for dominance, and the idea of working together seemed impossible. But Temujin, driven by a vision of power and unity, wasn't deterred. He knew that only through strategic alliances and decisive, crushing victories could he bring these warring factions under one banner. The Battle of Dalan Baljut was just one of many key moments that showcased his unparalleled military genius and his ability to inspire fierce loyalty. By forging powerful alliances with influential leaders and uniting diverse groups, Genghis Khan proved that unity wasn't just a goal, it was the key to his success. It was this newfound solidarity that would become the bedrock of the mighty Mongol Empire he was about to create. Imagine an unstoppable force charging toward one of the most fortified regions in the world, where every city stands as a symbol of strength and ancient tradition. Genghis Khan's conquest of northern China was no ordinary military campaign. Armed with ingenious strategies and an unyielding resolve, he outwitted the Chinese forces at every turn. Feigned retreats, lightning-fast cavalry maneuvers, these were just a few of the unexpected tactics he used to strike with precision and overwhelm his enemies. The siege of Beijing in 1215 was a turning point that not only broke through the city's legendary defenses, but also marked the Mongols' dominance over one of China's greatest strongholds. This victory was more than just a military triumph. It was a symbol of Genghis Khan's ability to adapt, conquer, and reshape the region. The fall of Beijing opened the gates for the Mongols, allowing them to push deeper into China, laying the foundation for a trade and cultural exchange that would ripple across Asia for centuries. When diplomacy failed and tensions reached a breaking point, Genghis Khan unleashed one of the most ruthless military campaigns in history. The Mongol invasions of Central Asia, particularly against the mighty Khwarezmian Empire, were marked by brutal tactics and relentless determination. After a diplomatic breakdown, the Mongols struck with terrifying efficiency. Mass slaughter, psychological warfare, and overwhelming force were all part of their strategy to break the spirit of their enemies. With unparalleled mobility and intelligence, Genghis Khan's forces quickly turned the tide in their favor, delivering crushing defeats in pivotal battles. The fall of legendary cities like Samarkand and Bukhara became infamous symbols of Mongol power, as their ruthless tactics and military genius left the Khwarezmian Empire shattered and broken. These invasions were more than just military victories. They reshaped the entire region, dismantling the Khwarezmian Empire and opening the door for Mongol dominance in Central Asia. This dominance would not only secure the Silk Road for trade, but also set the stage for a new wave of cultural exchanges that would forever alter the course of history. In 1258, the fall of Baghdad, once the heart of the Islamic world, shocked history. A center of culture and knowledge, the city became a prime target for Genghis Khan's descendants. The siege was more than a military conquest, it was a cultural massacre. Libraries, schools, and centuries of knowledge were destroyed in an instant. The Mongols, experts in urban warfare, used siege engines and psychological tactics to break the city's defenses. This devastating loss reverberated for generations, but it solidified Mongol dominance and reshaped the Islamic world's political and cultural landscape for centuries to come. Genghis Khan's conquests didn't just redraw borders, they reshaped history. His Mongol empire bridged the East and West, sparking an exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies that transformed civilizations. Through innovative strategies emphasizing speed and psychological warfare, he crushed his enemies and influenced future empires. Yet his legacy is complex. To some, he's a ruthless conqueror, to others, a unifier who promoted trade and communication. This duality, his destructive power and visionary leadership, makes him one of history's most pivotal figures. Genghis Khan's conquests reshaped Eurasia, creating the largest contiguous empire in history. His military genius and focus on unity revolutionized trade and cultural exchange, leaving a lasting legacy. The lessons from his leadership, resilience, adaptability, and the power of alliances are as relevant today as ever. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to subscribe, like, and continue uncovering fascinating historical stories with us.